Welcome learners.
In this video titled Tribes of Bihar and West Bengal 3, we will be discussing about the major tribes of Bihar in detail and also about the present status in the context of census of India.
Savar tribes. The practice of worshipping the deities, namely Dharmesh and Mother Earth, is central to the culture of Savar tribes of Bihar. Amongst the various tribal communities that throng several districts and provinces of Bihar, Savar has truly gained a place of prominence amongst the anthropologists till date. Although much is not known about the origin of these Savar tribes of Bihar, the popular understanding is that these Savar tribes have settled down here after migrating from some other place within the subcontinent of India. Apart from Bihar, the Savar tribes are concentrated in other parts of India, namely Ranchi, Singhbhum and Hazaribagh. As far as the language of the Savar tribes is concerned, most of these Savar tribes converse with others using a language that has a belonging to Mundri group. Hindi or Oriya vernacular is currently in use. The Savar tribes are classified in 4 sub-tribes, among which 3 are Basu, Jaitapati and Jara. The Jara tribes reside in some parts of Dalbhum. The Savar people earn their livelihood by doing various occupations. Some are engaged as laborers, herbs and fruit collectors and wine makers. Some of the people are occupied in agriculture. The Savar society is panchayat based. In order to keep the whole of the tribal society in better control, the village panchayat choose the village headman as the manji, who used to hold rent-free land for his various services. For settlement, these Savar tribes have built their villages at the foothills and that too near the water bodies of the state. Moreover, the houses of these Savar villages are set using various materials like bamboo, wood, etc. These are built in a linear style with the walls inside the house made from mud. Similar to any other tribal community, this Savar family too is patriarchal, following the nuclear family structure. Marriage is also an important institution, which these Savar tribes celebrate in accompaniment of several rituals and customs. In the society of the Savar community, monogamy is practiced and widow marriage is also permitted. Divorce is permitted on the husband's initiative for adultery or serious disagreement. If the wife wishes for a divorce, she simply runs away from her husband. The Laria Savars must give a Marti Jitika bath or death feast on the occasion of a divorce. The Savars worship Bhavani under various names and also Dulha Dio, the young bridegroom who was killed by a tiger. He is located in the kitchen of every house in some localities, and this has given rise to the proverb, Jai Chulha Tai Dulha. The Savars are considered to be great sorcerers. Their charms, called Sabri Mantras, are especially intended to appease the spirits of persons who have died a violent death. They observe all local Hindu festivals. They visit the sacred centers of Maiha and Jatashankar during the Navdurga and Shivratri festivals. Their occupation is centered on collection of jungle produce and cultivation. They are very clever in taking honeycombs. Their economy is mainly based on cultivation and wage labor these days. Most of them work in agricultural fields of their neighbors. Some even go outside the village for livelihood. They procure loans from their landlords and repay them by serving as agricultural laborers. Savars visit government hospital in emergencies or otherwise depend on local traditional medication. They have shown favorable response towards family planning programs. Savars feel that communication and irrigation facilities in the area are insufficient. Wood, cow dung cakes and sometimes kerosene oil are used as fuel. The public distribution system is fully utilized by them for procuring essential commodities.
Goraith tribes.
Goraith tribes are a part of the Proto-Australoid group and are of Austric racial group. These Goraith prefer to settle down in hilly areas densely covered with forests and greenery. Goraith tribes reside in the hilly areas of Bihar region. This tribal community is settled in some parts of Palamu, Satal Pargana, Singhbhum, Dhanbad, Ranchi and Hazaribagh. Goraid speak in Indo-Aryan language, Sadri within themselves. Hindi is used as a linked language. They use Devanagari script. Goraid tribes have a heritage of rich culture and tradition as reflected in various aspects like marriages, attires, etc. This tribe interacts with other tribes and communities that have enriched their culture. The style of making houses differs from district to district. However, all these Goraid tribes follow a common pattern. In general, these Goraid tribes raise one-roomed house with kitchen, bed and storage. Rightly adjacent to the house is a veranda, which these Goraid tribes utilize mainly as a cattle shed. This cattle shed is sheltered by wooden and bamboo pillars. According to the anthropological evidences, most of these Goraid tribes have taken up the occupation of farming and irrigation. Various tools like kamti, kurpi, axes, sickles, etc. are used to carry on these works. Some of them also work as drum players, village messengers and watchmen. Apart from these, some of them even involve in works of weaving beautiful items, namely baskets, mats, brooms, winnow tray, etc. are made by these Goraid tribes so that they can carry grains and goods to various places and also for restoring goods and commodities. It is only natural that the economy of this Goraid society too is agrarian. The Goraid tribes are also involved in hunting and making various kinds of weaponry. These weapons include bow arrow, lathi, bear, barcha. Besides, they are also known to make musical instruments like dhol, manar, nagara, flute and others. For both Goraid males and females, unique dresses are prevalent. Men wear a shirt and dhoti, women wear sari and blouse. Also, the women folks are very much fond of ornaments, chiefly made up of steel, thread, glass and silver, etc. The societal structure of these Goraid tribes comprises elements of any other patriarchal system. The smallest segment is family, that too the nuclear one, comprising of parents and unmarried siblings. There is also a unique feature that can be found out in this Goraid society. Although the authoritative power lies in the hand of the father or any other male as the head of the family, but he takes into consideration the opinions of both of his wife and children, especially while making decisions. Those related to selling and purchase of commodities, marriage, invitation, dresses, worship, social relation, feast, cow, goat, chicks, ducks, etc. The society of this tribal community is administered by the Panchayat. The Panchayat Pradhan, who is the Panchayat head, create and implement laws for the tribal society. The members of the Panchayat are closely associated with each other to maintain the administration properly. Moreover, the lineage and succession among the Goraid tribes is patrilineal. The families belonging to one lineage stay together and assist each other at times of trouble, miseries and the performance of ceremonies. The property of the father is inherited by all his sons equally. However, the daughters of these Goraid tribes receive only maintenance and bride price. The rule of primogeniture and ultimogeniture is absent in the Goraid tribal society. Husbands, brothers, sons inherit the property of barren couple and also have to look after the old couple throughout their life. He also inherits the property of the widow. There are numerous clans within the Goraid tribes based on totemism. Few significant totemic Goraid clans are Innar, Tudu, Kalko, Topo, etc. Marriage within the same clan is rigorously forbidden. Thus, they follow the rules of tribal endogamy and clan exogamy. The Goraid maintains prohibitory rule in case of cousins and relatives up to 3 generations from the sides of both of the parents. Quite often, widow remarriage is also widespread in the Goraid tribal society. Divorce is also permissible. Religion too is quite enriched. In fact, the religious practices are a blend of Mainism, animism, animalism, naturalism, Bongaism, witchcraft and Sharnanism. Also, these Goraid tribes ardently believe in the concept of rebirth of man. They believe in different gods, goddesses and spirits. They also believe in ancestral spirits who according to them dwells in Sarna Grove, Jalal Bonga, Dubal Bonga, Katal Bonga, Maral Bonga, etc. deserve to be mentioned. They celebrate festivals like Karma, Sarhul, Jitya, Sohrai, Nawakhani, Maghi and Phagu. The establishment of several schools and colleges in their vicinity has generated a new taste for education. Their literacy rate is continuously on increase. Locally, they depend upon moneylenders. Some of them have been provided government loans to boost their economy. Radio is very popular, especially among the youth.
Paharia Korwa tribes.
Korwa tribe occupies a major part of Bihar. The people of Pahari Korwa tribes practice cultivation, thereby producing various crops. According to researchers, these tribes belong to the Austroasiatic family group. If one divides the whole of Pahari Korwa tribal community, one can find that there are two sub-tribes popularly known as Pahari Korwa and Dihari Korwa. The society of the Paharia Korwa tribes is further segregated into 5 totemistic clans, namely Hansadwar, Samar, Edigwar, Ginnur and Renla. It has a rich heritage of culture and tradition as depicted in their fairs, festivals, music and dancing forms. The villages that these Paharia Korwa tribes built are usually selected on the top of the hill. Sometimes they are being constructed in the fringes of the forest areas. Most of the families of Paharia Korwa follow the nuclear family structure. Another remarkable characteristic of these Paharia Korwa tribes is that magic and invocation of the spirits are being practiced in the whole of the society. In fact, most of the Paharia Korwa tribes are really scared of executing any type of magical feats or shows. However, these tribes have had tremendous faith on various deities. The significant gods of Paharia Korwa tribes are Singri Dev, Gauriya Dev, Mahadev or Lord Shiva and Parvati. Kudiya Rani is the supreme god of this Paharia Korwa tribal community. The reason behind revering these deities are many. They want to get recovered from sickness, have better crops and also to get protection from several natural disasters. Due to their huge accessibility to the forest provinces, it is only natural that these Paharia Korwa are going to take up the occupation of hunting and gathering. Maximum of these Paharia Korwa tribes collect several items from the forest including sal, mahua, gum, tendu leaves, amla, harra, bahera, etc. During the monsoon times, these Paharia tribes involve themselves in collecting some of the forest roots, leaves and vegetables. The Pahari Korwas are concentrated in many villages of Bihar and are living together in peace. However, in order to keep themselves at par with the modern trends and practices in the contemporary times, they adapt to the farming and irrigation, and that too with the aid of the ancient tools and techniques only. Fishing is exercised as occupation by some of the Paharia Korwa tribal communities. At times, when they are free from the burden of undertaking agricultural works, these Paharia Korwa tribes work in the fields as laborers. They have developed the habit of taking several food grains. Also, at the time of the odd season, they fulfill their hunger on leaves, fruits, tubers, namely Gaint, Pitharu, Nakwa, Kataru, Kulti, Konge, Charhat, Bilar, etc. During the months of October and March, they get the supply of better food, which includes makai, kutki, arhar, and other pulses, etc. Moreover, in the culture and the tradition of the Paharia Korwa tribes, they celebrate different religious and cultural festivals and other such occasions with their tribal music. They worship sun, Dharti Ma, Mahadev, the river, forests and birds, etc. Unlike many of the other scheduled tribes discussed so far, Korwas do not have favorable attitude towards formal education. Some of them have procured loan for self-employment under Integrated Rural Development Program, but still they depend a lot on local money lenders.
Saurya Paharia tribes.
Saurya's Paharia tribes reside in the mountainous and wooden pathways of several districts of Bihar. These include Rajmahal, Pakur and Goda. Being one of the 9 primitive tribal communities of Bihar, Saurya Paharia is a part of Paharia tribes. The Saurya Paharia tribes are scattered in different parts like Godda and Sahibganj of Santal Pargana Plateau. Most of these Saurya Paharia tribes converse with each other in the language of Malatri or Malto, which has got a close resemblance with the language of the Oran tribes. Malto language is of Dravidian language group. There are quite a few Saurya Paharia tribes who also converse in quite a few of the indigenous local languages. In their local dialect, the Saurya Paharia tribes are also known as Malair. Following the tradition of most of the tribal communities of the whole of Indian subcontinent, these Saurya Paharia too takes up the occupation of cultivation. Shifting cultivation is the most popular one. In order to facilitate the process of the shifting cultivation, all these Saurya Paharia tribes create their settlements on the hilltops and these too inside the jungle areas. They grow millets, namely bajra, maize, pulses, vegetables, etc. Apart from cultivation, they are also engaged in fishing during the summer season. Some are also engaged as laborers in government services. It becomes obvious that since all these Saurya Paharia tribes are farmers, their festivals and several of their social rituals too revolve around the harvesting and its related activities. For the sake of good harvest, they worship the spirits in order to appease them so that they would not bring about any destruction further. The work of starting the harvesting follows immediate afterwards. The Saurya Paharia tribes are followers of animism and some follow Hinduism as the main religion. They arduously follow several Hindu traditions like reverence of one god, vegetarian food, etc. They believe in witchcraft and evil spirits. They sacrifice fowls and animals to appease spirits. Several sacred centers are situated in and around their residing states. They celebrate different festivals like Ghagra Puja, Bandhana, etc. All the members of the community celebrate these festivals with great pleasure and clad in beautiful clothes. They enjoy the tribal songs and dances in the community. There are several villages of these Saurya Paharia tribes that are scattered here and there and not cloistered in one place. In every village, the chief leader is chosen, who is popularly known as the Mukhya, who gathers the revenue of the land from the villagers. However, it is also to be noted that there is no permanent religious head amongst the Saurya Paharia tribes. The Saurya Paharia tribes have ardent faith in clan system, better known as Gotra. The Saurya Paharia tribes have plethora of songs, dances, religious rituals and social customs, etc. As far as the functions of marriage, etc., they follow an elaborate and traditional format. As per the tradition of the Saurya Paharia tribes, the eldest son of the family naturally becomes the legal heir of the property of his father after his demise. In the marriage, divorce is permissible and also remarriages are predominant amongst majority of this Saurya Paharia tribal community. The Saurya Paharia sends their children to school. They depend on indigenous medicines, though an awareness of the modern system of medicine is developing among them. Wood is their principal fuel. They get drinking water from streams and dug wells. They also take the benefit of the public distribution system.
Let us now discuss about the present scenario of tribes of Bihar.
As per the census report of 2011, the demographic profile of the tribes of Bihar shows a sex ratio of the ST population in Bihar as 958 females per 1000 males, which is considerably lower than the national average of 990 for the total ST population. At the individual level, all the 5 major tribes have registered the sex ratio lower than the national average, while Santal, Oran and Gond have sex ratio above 900, Batudi, Birjia, Bedia, Savar and Kond have the sex ratio below 900. The sex ratio among STs in the age group 0 to 6 years is marginally higher than that of the STs at the national level. Among the major tribes, Karwar, Oran and Santal have the child sex ratio higher than the national average, whereas Munda and Gond have child sex ratio lower than the national average.
Literacy rate.
The literacy rate among the STs has increased from 28.2% registered at 2001 census to 51.1% at 2011 census. Despite this increase, the literacy rate among the tribal population is lower if compared with that of all scheduled tribes at the national level. Male and female literacy rates among the tribal are also low in comparison to those at the national level. Among the numerically larger tribes, Gond and Karwar have overall literacy rate which is close to the national average. Oran, Munda and Santal have the overall literacy rates almost half of the national average for all STs.
Work participation rate?
Agricultural laborers constitute the highest proportion among the total tribal workers, which is considerably higher than that of the national average. Cultivators account for 4.73%, which is less than half of that recorded for all STs at the national level. Agricultural laborers and cultivators together constitute 83.9% of the total workers. Other workers form 9.93%, which is comparable with the national average of 14.7% in respect of all STs, whereas workers engaged in household industry constitutes 10.51%, which is lower than of the national average. Among the major tribes, Santal and Oran have more than 60% workers as agricultural laborers, followed by Munda, Gond and Karwar.
Marital status?
The data on marital status show that never married persons exceed the married persons in total ST population. Widowed persons form 3.65%, while a negligible 0.15% has been in the category of divorced and separated.
Religion?
Hinduism is the predominant religion of the tribes of the state, as 95.60% STs are Hindus. The tribes professing other religions and persuasions account for 0.81%. Christian tribes are 2.43% and less than 0.5% are Muslims.
Conclusion.
We tried to have an insight into the major tribes of Bihar, and eventually the discussion ended with a brief on the present scenario of the tribes in the context of census of India. Thank you.